down. My friend Carmine will throw your ass right out of here. Okay, let's get this started. We gotta get something out of here. My granddaughter made me a good luck potion. She said, always bring it with me when I'm on stage. So if you people don't laugh, there's a good chance you'll get genital warts. I guess I should use the mic. Okay. I have 2 more grandchildren coming this year. I'm very blessed. So I had to get a bigger car, not for all the kids. I can't figure out how to collapse a stroller. I think whoever invented the stroller also invented the beach chair. My family loves going to the beach. They said it's so relaxing. Relaxing for who? I'm the schmuck that's got to carry everything, load the car, and I got to follow them around like a bunch of cats looking to take a crap, trying to find the right spot to put the blanket down. And then no matter where we wind up, somehow there's always a Latin DJ next to me. And then I spend a good part of the day chasing the umbrella. And then they say, just sit down and get a tan, relax, sit down in a chair. The chair's this high off the ground. So I sit down, and then as I sit down, you know, my body starts to fold, the fat, the layers of skin. I look like a Sviadel. I got all these layers. And then when I get up, I got this beautiful tan, though. I look like a zebra. So, I can't remember the last time I was that relaxed. I think it's when I was getting implants. My teeth, not my breasts. These are real. Actually, as I'm standing here, the one on the right, I think it's lactating. Which is a good thing because I make a little extra money on the side of a temporary wet nurse. All right, I know that my phone is listening to me because I was talking to a friend of mine. Calm down. I'm talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, you know, he wanted to get a boat, and the next thing I'm getting ads on my phone to buy a boat. I know it's looking at me too because when I go on Facebook or Instagram, I get all these ads for penis enlargement. and they're saying they got the salt trick, the baking soda trick, the honey trick. So I don't click on any of these things, but I'm thinking, you must apply them. So I guess if you apply all 3, it's got to be better than 1. So I put all 3 on there, and for good measure, I threw a little granola. My penis isn't any bigger, but it's a nice, healthy treat now. I took this comedy class to help me learn how to do stand-up. And they said it's good if you videotape yourself. You can learn a lot if you videotape yourself. You can watch it back later, and you learn a lot. But I don't take selfies, so I didn't know how to flip the camera around. So I have 10 minutes of the man's crotch sitting across from me. So I'm thinking, like, well, what did I learn? Well, I learned his pants were so tight I could tell his religion. They also told me it's very good, like, if you're up there, like, if you have notes, and I clearly have notes because this is only my 2nd time performing and I can't remember all this. Thank you. So they said if you have to look at your notes, reconnect with the audience. Make eye contact. You got to reconnect. You know, find somebody, pick somebody out, and make eye contact. Excuse me. Over here, pay attention. I'm looking at you. They also said you're supposed to work the crowd. Work the crowd. I'm not really sure what that means, but they said work the crowd. So I'm going to give it a shot. Excuse me. So what's your name?
Brian.
Brian. All right. At the end of the night, you're putting the chairs away. You're not going to. All right. I wound up in Florida because my wife's best friend, for the sake of these jokes, let's call him Richie. Because that's his name. So we bought a house out here to spend the winters. And I'm losing my place. Give me a second. All right, so Richard is a gay man. I'm not outing anybody. He came out of the closet 50 years ago, which is ironic because he spends most of his day in a closet. The man does more costume changes than Cher. And he's constantly trying to dress me, put color on me. So he bought me a pair of white pants and an orange shirt. I look like a creamsicle. And he drives me around the neighborhood. He's like, there are gay men living here. There are gay men, there's a divorced gay man. He lives there. He's driving me around. Like, this information is important to me. Like, if I ever decide to give up vagina, there's ass play in every corner. You know, I have a lot in common with gay men. I'm not a sports guy. I like to decorate. I like to design. I like to garden. I like to go antiquing. Other than the penis part, I mean, I like mine, but that's as far as it goes. So I'm walking down in Lake Worth, and my friend Richie bought me a Vespa t-shirt from Italy. As I'm walking down, I hear from across the street, "Oh, Scooter Boy, oh, Scooter Boy, where you going, Scooter Boy? You want to have lunch?" And I'm like, in what world would that work? I don't know. So I'm having lunch with Fernando and his two cafes. All right, listen, don't judge. I was hungry, he was paying. So my wife has a really good relationship with her friend Richard, which I'm kind of jealous of. I could call my wife from the emergency room in the hospital and say, "Hon, I was just in a terrible accident," and she'll respond, "Well, I can't talk now, I'm loading the dishwasher." But the house could be on fire, and if Richie calls, she'll, "Oh, I could talk, Richard, the flames are 2 rooms away. You want to go for Manny Petty? Blah, 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 blah. How about we hit the outlet store? Blah, 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 blah. They're having a sale on decorative pillows." Oh God, I hate decorative pillows. I had to buy another couch just so I had someplace to sit. So then one night they decide, let's take the straight guy to a gay club. So we go to this club, and in the parking lot there's this man with long blonde hair and a white bustier, and he's locked out of his vehicle. And my wife decides, I'll volunteer my husband because he could break into anything. So I say to the guy, "All right, listen, go get a flashlight and a coat hanger. I'll get your car open for you." So he comes out with the flashlight and the clothes hanger, and I'm fishing the hook, and he's on my back. His face is over here, his hand is over here, and he's holding the light like this, and I feel movement back here. And I'm thinking I might be popping more than just his lock. I said, "Listen, you gotta go on the other side of the vehicle and shine the light this way." So he goes to the other side. I pop the lock open. He offers to buy me a drink. He said, "You know, I want to thank you. I'll buy you a drink." I said, "Well, I don't drink." He goes, "Well, I have another way I could thank you if you want to get in the back of the vehicle." And I'm like, I'm an Italian construction worker from Brooklyn. What was this man thinking? So I'm in the back of this truck. Listen. That's not true. It was a van. All right, so as I'm aging, my body is going through changes. I'm shrinking, but I'm growing at the same time. And my waistline, when I was married, was at 30. Now it's at 34, but it was here, and now it's here. I show more ass crack than a parade of plumbers. And among other things, my nose is growing. Not that it's not a big enough nose, but as my nose grows, my penis shrinks. So I think somehow they might be connected. So it gives more meaning to when my wife calls me a dickhead. Oh, calm down too, please. So one night I'm laying in bed, and I don't know if you ever had this happen. My stomach made such a loud, weird noise that I looked around the room to see where it was coming from. But it was a warning sign. Now, things were about to get real. Now, the bathroom was just down the hall, but it might as well have been a mile away. And I found myself playing that childhood game. My ass cheeks locked up tighter than a submarine door, and I was playing red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. I wish this story had a happy ending. Okay, I do a lot of things as a married man to annoy my wife. It's like big things, like I don't push the chair in when I get up. Sometimes I don't put the lid on a jar. And this angers her to a point where she goes through these motions, like she becomes a human bobblehead, and she's like, and then her eyes start to roll in her head like a slot machine, and then she exhales like somebody just sliced open a bouncy house. How does so much air come out of one person and not deflate? But there are some things that I do that I know truly annoy her. Like one morning I got up and I said, "Good morning, hon." She goes, "Oh, for God's sakes, are you still alive?" So I'll go to the bathroom, and no matter how close I stand to that bowl, no matter how much I shake and squeeze, 2 drops on the floor. So now I sit down, because I don't want to get her crazy. And still, 2 drops get on the floor. I could go in the bathroom and comb my hair. 2 drops on the floor. I think it goes back to primitive man when we used to mark out territory. Because if you're ever in a public bathroom, there's always a river under the urinal. In some of the bathrooms, they even put a metal trough. So they're kind of like saying, just go ahead and piss on the floor. You're going to do it anyway. I know you men know what I'm talking about, and some of you women do too. We've seen you in the bathrooms. There's 3 types of women that you'll find in a men's room. You get the pregnant lady, "Oh, I'm not looking, it's an emergency." And then you'll get the drunk lady, "Oh, I'm not looking, I can't hold it." And then there's that third woman, "Yeah, I'm looking, that's why I came in here." So one night, as an older couple, my wife and I were going to make magic in the bedroom tonight. It's going to happen. So there's some work that goes into this. We're a little older now. So as I'm watching my wife pulling and tugging and twisting on it, it looks like she's trying to make saltwater taffy down the Jersey Shore. And then when I go to visit her special area, back in the day when she was young, it was like Splash Mountain. I had to put on galoshes, a wetsuit, but it's not like that anymore. So, you guys, you're laughing, you're throwing my timing way off. So I went down to pay the visit to prime the well, and to see how many licks it would take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. And the thing coughed in my face. So I got blasted with sand, and a live scorpion crawled out. All right, I made that part up. The scorpion was dead. So I know a lot of you younger people can't relate to this. Younger people, I'm in Florida. The average age of an infant here is 46 years old. It's the only place in the country where I can go in any store and they refer to me at 68 years old as Sonny. So we get to that moment where it's ready to happen, and I'm waiting for my wife to give me the high sign when she's ready to accept all of this, And this is what I hear. Go ahead. Go ahead, like a polite motorist in traffic. No, you go ahead, you go, you were here. Go. Well, we made magic that night in that bedroom. My erection disappeared. Well, just so you know, my wife gave me permission to tell that joke along with divorce papers. They said in this comedy class that you should end by referring to an earlier joke. So I have to go now because I'm having dinner with Fernando.